Here we go again. Alright, this is the third time I've tried making this video. It's kind of funny. Somebody doesn't want me to let other people know what kind of shit I'm going through, and I'm hoping they won't ever have to go through it themselves. But, that being said, alright, obviously this is a little bit of rigging here I got just to get this going. Well, this was the handle that went here. Here is the cover. This was a Moen faucet. See, Moen. Lifetime warranty. But this faucet in particular was discontinued a couple years ago. Alright, there was the handle. Turn that up. Right about that way would be just, about turn that dial from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Maybe about 5 minutes till 12. If you're up and down, that'd be just about too hot for you to stand it. I've got a gas hot water heater, and it gets pretty damn hot. But anyhow, I'm gonna go down and tear this down, show you a little bit. Well, there was a screw, a bigger screw, a number 10 that went into here, into there. And this hole here was a number 6 screw. Well, this one, I started to strip out the Phillips part of the, the screw where you'd stick a screwdriver down in it. So last week I was at a local hardware store and I bought 2 of them just to have a spare. So I was going to try and put this together, and I was going to do a little MacGyver repair like linemen do when we fix power lines and get people's lights back on. We turn the lights on with nothing sometimes. We invent things or think about things. It's an analytical job. Use your cognitive skills. And believe it or not, my dumbass, retarded self was given an IQ test in elementary school, and I scored a 144, 146 the first time. That was second grade, I believe. And back then, 160 was considered genius. You needed 145, I believe, was considered near genius. So I must have had a 144 because they didn't accept me into the gifted program that year. And the real funny part is the year prior to that, they wanted to put me in a retarded program. But here in Pennsylvania, they have things called Central Intermediate Unit, and these people, they deal with both ends of the spectrum. When I say retarded, I don't mean it in a derogatory sense. These are people who have a lower IQ, and people need to realize that your IQ is your intelligent quotient. All that means is your ability to learn, your cognitive skills. And I pick things up really quick. Sometimes I'm like anybody else. I'm hard-headed. It might take 3, 4, 5 times. And other times, I can figure it out halfway through somebody showing me what they're doing. But back to what I was saying anyhow, just how my fan club works. I bought an extra screw here. Well, these here, you couldn't buy them. I wanted to buy one just a little bit longer because this slides over that. That cover right there goes over that. Well, then there was these 2 plastic bushings, like gear type things that slid over there. And to get this to work, what it was, I'd said how that was pried up by a screwdriver. I purchased, let me show you now. This is not the ones I purchased, but here is a pack of quantity of 6, number 10s. That's the size of the screw, number 10. Well, I knew I needed a number 6. And I bought a 6-pack of 6s. And you see that there. And they were about 1.5 inches long. I knew I didn't need that length, and they had the nut there. My goal was, I've got a lot of tools, power tools, whatnot. So I was going to fabricate a new bolt. Basically, taking one of these, what I would do is wrap tape or black tape around it. And I would start my portable bandsaw up. I'd take a pair of vice grips and I'd click onto there where the tape was, and I would gently cut that bolt to length, just a little bit longer than this, so I could put the washer on top of there. If I had to use the washer right on top of that, because that's threaded there, but it's like I said, there's a hairline fracture. And of course, my phone won't focus for me now. But right back in there, there's a hairline fracture. It just lets that just come up. Like, straight. Well, it's just a little bit up. I was going to put that on there. Well, here's the crazy shit. And it does make you sound crazy at times. But I have a friend of mine who, when I work away a lot, so I have her check on my house and things like that. And she cleans for me and whatnot. Well, she was in here, but here's my bathroom. There's the kitchen sink. And of course, I've been working on the house since I've been home for a couple of weeks. And that pack of bolts there, well, I just said I bought a size 6 pack of those bolts. And the number 10 that went into the center of that brass piece that you can see, where's my finger at? Pointing right about there. That piece that went there. And then the number 10 screw went into there that went up through and held all that. And then you just turn your water on. Well, because that was hairline fracture there, it was sliding. So I was just going to make it work for now while I waited on Moen to send me the proper parts because it was under warranty. Well, the day I did that, I had other projects going on downstairs because I finally figured out that, how they were trying to tear my house down from the inside out. Anyhow, I was downstairs doing something. There's my basement steps, and I went down. Well, my friend, she was doing dishes, which you can see I need them done again. I'm going to have to call her up. See if she needs to make some more money anyhow. And my daughter was in there in the living room. And my friend, she went into the living room with her for a few minutes while I was down in the basement. And all this transpired in maybe 5-10 minutes time. Someone came in through that door, as you can see here. It was locked, but I'll show you. This door here, well, let me close it. Okay, it's not exactly shut. Now, I give it a push like that, that sets it in place. That's from them prying it open so much. Well, that deadbolt wasn't locked, but this lock was locked. But the door, when I came up from downstairs, the door was about like that. And I went, it wasn't shut. Not thinking much of it, come over here, go back to my project, and I look on the floor and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? These are not the right bolts. Those are not the bolts I bought. And just to make sure I wasn't going crazy like everyone accuses me of, I pulled out the receipt. And it showed the, I would say VIN number, like the UPC number, and it actually had a description. And it said, package of bolts, size 6, 24, by, I don't know, 24 is the thread count. I don't remember the thread count on that one. But they were 1.5 inches. Those are not number 6s. That is a quantity of 6 number 10s. That isn't the ones I purchased. Just, this is a little off subject, but same thing. I found where somebody had done a little roof work outside of my daughter's bedroom. Right above me here's a ceiling. This is an addition. A porch addition, and in the roof of this place, there are vents for the toilet and that out there. Well, these new vents, when I opened up the door or the window and I crawled out there and looked, underneath there was no tar, no nothing. Shit runs downhill, water runs downhill, and that's how you put roofing material on, is to shed water. You start at the bottom and you come up and you keep overlapping. So the water froze off and doesn't go underneath the material. Well, I bought a gallon bucket of this roof tar and 2 caulking tubes of it. Well, I did not even open this thing yet, but somebody else has for me. And they've already used it. And they didn't even clean them up after themselves. That's how piss poor fucking retards they use for this gang-stalking, stupid fucking shit. They really do get some fucking morons. I They haven't outsmarted me yet. I've fucking figured everything out. Some's taking me up to a year's time, but it just fucking dawned on me. I couldn't fucking believe it. The other day, I'm down in my basement here. As you can see this green and all that. I'm going to shut this video down, but lead you into this. Here, this is going down in my basement. If you can't tell, that used to be like a 6x6 or an 8x8 wood beam. If you look back there, you can see where it's full, right underneath that dryer vent going outside. That's where it starts. Well, they've ripped it, which when you cut a board with the grain, they call it ripping. Just like these boxes of soda, 2-liter bottles. When I moved in here and bought the house, you could stack 2-liter bottles the whole way back to there. Well, now you can't anymore. If you take just for instance and look, let me focus back.